Hi, everyone, and welcome to Dimensions of Love. I just made a recording, but it didn't record, so I have to make this video one more time. And of course, I'll do it for all of you. And let's just get into these cards. I picked those cards for you so carefully in front of the camera, and now I have them on my table. But I thank you all for being here. And as always, we can learn a lesson from energies interfering and being trickster and wanting to mess up things. And we just allow them to be here too, because it's all about allowing everything to be just the way that it is without trying to control. So that was a message for someone that needed to come through. So with this full moon in Leo that is happening February the 12th. I'm just going to go through the astrological aspect of what's going on. So Jupiter is going station direct. And when Jupiter goes station direct, we can manifest more easily. So that's very positive. And since the full moon is in the sign of Leo, we are we're having this self-expression and personal pride. So honoring all of our skills, everything that is coming through. This is what is happening this full moon. Mercury is in Pisces on the 14th, which is a combination of communication, but in a dream state. So many of you might have a lot of dreams coming through. And also on the 18th, it is the Piscean season, so happy birthday to all Pisces out there. Juno on the 19th is an asteroid that makes its way into Sagittarius. So we have a lot of Sagittarius energy here. I will mention that why later on here. At the end of the month, Mars moves direct, so which means that goals gain momentums. So all the things that you've started that fizzled away, nothing happened with it, is going to start over again, and you have a new chance here. So, and always make sure on the 27th, when it is the new moon, to see the videos that will be available, a little short video, just so that you can look into the new moon energy if you want to manifest or set some intentions. What I want to say here with the full moon is that we are the only planet that has a full moon that first and foremost goes in cycles, a 28th day of cycle, and also it is the only moon that is facing Earth always. And the moon is our subconscious, also called the mind, and has connection to our egos. So our egos are always facing us, basically, if we look at it energetically and planetarianly to this, we can see that this is actually factually correct. And so just a little thought, and why we've been guided to do these full moons have been mostly connecting just towards that there is something that we all need to release. There are some addictions, that are some parts of ourselves that we have held. There are parts of what the society has put on us to be our parents. Whatever it is, when the full moon occurs, it is the perfect energy to release addictions, to release difficulties, because energy is there for us. So it's more easier to do it on the full moon. It can be very chaotic also in the full moon. Some people can also go crazy because it's lunatic. That's where the word comes from. So be careful with that, especially in the lower polarities. I've picked your cards and I'm going to go through them again. So this was the first card that I picked for you. And it's the last quarter moon in Sagittarius, practice gratitude. And also the full moon in Sagittarius, seeing the big picture. You see what I was speaking of here when we were talking about Jupiter is connected to Sagittarius. Juno, the on the 19th, the asteroid that goes into Sagittarius. So it's a lot of Sagittarian energy. Sagittarian energy is traveling. So you might travel into a lot of dimensions. You might travel also in time in your dream state, because we have a lot of Piscean energy also. And all of this in combination to your Leo is you self-expressing all of your skills and you growing in to become the best version of yourself. Remember, your essence is your greatest blessing. And what we need to know here is that the angels and your spirit guides, your higher beings connecting to you, are saying here that we have to practice gratitude. You're connecting to all of these energies. Like Sagittarius have a lot of people around them and many people that like them, but usually no one really knows who they are. And so we need to combine this with the full moon energy of Leo, of you finding out who you are. So in other settings that at least you know who you are, if this makes sense. So Spirit wants you to stay firm in your frequency and collaborate in that frequency, which is your signature. So you don't get sucked into this pessimistic or a negative spiral. You need to see the bigger picture. Someone said once, when we zoom in, it's a tragedy. When we zoom out, it is a comedy. And this is exactly how it is. I was speaking of in a lovely observation of life in my podcast of consciousness and awareness in combination with consciousness in itself. And consciousness, we will see, will be something that is zoomed out, while awareness is something that we are aware of ourselves fully in our body, and it's something that is zoomed in. So here you need to learn, or you're being asked by your spirit guides to zoom out. So whatever difficulties there is, connecting to your families, connecting to your relationships, that you need to stand in your energy, and this needs to match. Just like Leo, you need to match your own energy, because you're finding parts of yourselves. You are connecting with, and I feel for many of you here, cast a circle for healthy boundaries. And familiar is that you are going to be in a place like a forest or in your dream state, and you're going to connect with an animal. And this animal will bring you that energy, will bring you that understanding that you need to know. So you need to connect with that. So you will have that opportunity on the month of February to connect with these animals and also to cast your circle. You can do that using the color orange or purple. So if you can visualize that color around you, you can create a shield, at least temporarily. The ones that will be the most highest protection for you will be if you just understood your frequency, if you understood your essence fully. And I feel like you're coming into that because your master energy is Radha, the soul flame. So you're shedding old energy, you're shedding parts of yourself, and the divine is helping you regards to the ego, because the ego doesn't self-sacrifice. The divine has to come in and take over. And that's what's happening when you are elevating your soul to these higher levels. And because you are seeing the bigger picture, you're definitely entering in a place of a higher consciousness within yourself. So you are discovering lost parts of yourselves, lost parts of yourself that you perhaps had when you were younger. And also your angel card messages are Goddess of Beauty. You are a wondering being of light. There's nothing to change or fix. So we might indulge into things and judge ourselves too harshly. Again, Spirit is saying to you here that don't judge yourself too harshly. It is okay to indulge. You can be healthy. It is the balance that you need to learn. It is the balance of zooming in and zooming out that you need to completely, fully master. You need to work on that skill. So it's really there. And it's something that we have to practice. We can't overindulge, but at the same time, we can't restrict ourselves. Because when we do that, that becomes worse. And I use an example that I was baking a lot at the beginning of this year. I just felt like it was very heavy and something, and I wanted to take care of myself in a way that I will bake things, just bake a lot of different things. And so I understood that there's a lot of sugar in these dishes and in these pastries. So a part of it was like, oh no, I'm indulging. Maybe it's too much. And I'm using this example so you can understand. It can be this smallest thing, because for me, I can't consume sugar or food that has less of an energy, because I'm receiving channeling, I'm receiving downloads. So it's so important that I always keep myself as a channel, this body as clean as possible. So I don't eat meat and stuff like that, of course, but I need to keep it as clean as possible. But sometimes we have to indulge into things, and it's okay. And so I felt like it was too much sugar. It's maybe difficult, but again, don't beat yourself up for it. You have to be like in the Leo energy of allowing yourself. You can allow yourself to enjoy this now, because it's a way of taking care of yourself. To allow yourself is also to take care of yourself, just as well as exercising or other things. It's different ways you can take care of yourself. And also, if you've been too hard on yourself, to be kind to yourself, that is also a form of taking care of yourself. Because our card from the Celtics energy is that we need to stop, recharge, and take care of ourselves. So resting, you're being asked from the higher beings to rest. You need to rest, and you need to allow yourself to rest, especially when you're connecting to these energy, when they are entering in and it feels so heavy, and everything that you plan to do on that day, on that week, all of a sudden it is shifting. You have so many blockages. It's okay. Just rest. If you can do it in that moment, then don't do it. And don't beat yourself up for it. Just rest and know that it will come a better day. Just like me, I just made this video and I'm making it again. It's just, again, connecting to the energies that I have with you. The same way as we have the sun coming through, and that is connection to Leo. All of you that follow this channel know that we are following the same energy and frequencies. So nothing strange at all. If you've been here before, if you're new here, I've always asked Spirit to give it to me in a practical sense of what is happening with the energies. And so I like to receive the messages like that. I picked these 3 cards. The 7 of Pentacles, you have a lot of 7. And you have the 7 of Cups in reverse. And 10 of Pentacles. So there is something with the family inheritance, something that's ending, something that was unfair for many of you. You're also working with the energy of your ancestors. So many of you will get a lot of messages in your dream state. So have a journal and write down your dreams. That is what I'm getting for you. And for many of you, you are getting out of this 7 of Cups in reverse. So there's a lot of illusions, many choices, but they're being narrowed down. Because as soon as you understand who you are and what you want, because I already sense that you figured out what you don't want, but you don't know really what you want. That's the energy that I'm getting. But since you've come out of these illusions, there's a new enthusiastic energy, because the energy of the Mars, when Mars is going direct, old goals that fizzled away are restarting now. So it is a very enthusiastic and positive, and you're planting the seed and you're watching it and you're seeing what's going to grow out of there. For some of you, you might even get inheritance that is owned to you, because you stood in a place of positivity and love. Otherwise, you won't even be seeing this channel. Our other 3 cards is 10 of Swords, Queen of Swords, and 5 of Swords. So this is a lot of mind. So there is a shifting in the mind. You're very, very, very intelligent, and you're not taking any BS from anyone. You understand what they're doing. And also here, yes, you might win over them. You might have an upper hand, but you've learned that there are no winners and losers here. There's no point in that. You're thinking for the highest, greatest good. And that gives you an advantage from Spirit, because Spirit always supports the ones that are thinking for the highest, greatest good of all. And other beings are also supporting that, because that is making a positive development for the energies of the universe, and you will always be favored like that. So thank you for that. Honestly, all of you. That is beautiful, because you've been going to the 10 of Swords. You've been stabbed in the back, and this is not a stabbing from a stranger. This is a stabbing from someone close to you. And that hurts, okay? That freaking hurts. And you felt that, but still you didn't return the same ferocious energy that was given to you. You returned love and compassion, that these people didn't know what they were doing, because if they did, they will do the same thing as you. They will return love. And it's okay. It's okay that it is like this, because the energies with you are absolutely beautiful. You are embracing this full moon in Leo. You're embracing this new skill set coming in from your ancestor, coming in from your childhood. And I feel like the dream state, that's what they were given to me, is going to help, because there's so much energy and they don't want to bombard you. So the dream state will be more easier, where the ego gets out of the way. So the mind will not be activated, but you will receive everything that you need. And again, try to see when you're connecting to that spiritual animal, because they were saying to me that this year, that spiritual animal will be very significant to you. So maybe you even see it when you take a walk in the forest and when you are connecting with your own energy. And our finishing card was the Chariot, the Cancer energy, where you all are in tranquility with yourself, okay? So your darkness and your light, your yin and yang, is collaborating in perfect harmony with one another. And I was reading from the book of Chariot to close this in. And the message is, I'm studying these cards, so I like to read from the book when I do that. And the Chariot is victory. Everything I've worked for, including the obstacles I have faced and overcome, I am now part of this time of victory. I have learned to see all aspects of my life as essential to my growth. I have fallen, but now I'm rising again to live freely and truthfully, fearlessly and skillfully. So again, keep on working on those skills into developing your abilities that are blooming now, all your abilities that have always been there and that are finally having the energetic freedom to express themselves, just like the sign Leo. So thank you all for being here. Thank you all for allowing me to share all of my skills and all of my perspectives here on this channel. And I hope that we can grow together and that we can have this space where we are supporting others in their journey, where we're supporting each other, and where everything is just growing in the name of love. So I thank you all from the bottom of my heart, and thank you for being here. As always, have a wonderful day. Sending you all love your way. Bye, everyone.